Hello， 大家好，欢迎回到外媒看中国，我是安博然。The new US ambassador to China, David Perdue, met with President Xi yesterday to present his credentials, a formal diplomatic ceremony marking the beginning of his tenure. He also took over the ambassador's official Twitter account, posting that he was honoured to meet China's president and proud to serve under President Trump. And that is when I noticed I am still blocked by the ambassador's Twitter account, despite former ambassador Little Nicky going back to the US with his tail between his legs. Today, I'll explain why I was blocked, and then we'll investigate this new US ambassador to China and figure out if he'll be any better than the last, including using my book, the Wumao Handbook, to debunk 2 conspiracy theories that he shared just months ago. Let's go beyond the propaganda. This is Reports on China. I'm Andy Boreham here in Shanghai. Let's get reporting. First up today, apologies for my absence last week, you guys. I took a week off and crossed off one of the last of China's 34 provincial level regions I had yet to visit, Guizhou province. Now I have just 2 left, Shanxi province and Hainan Island. Also, I've been slogging away on the first episode of my Xizang, aka Tibet, documentary, and the edit is now finished. I should be able to post the first episode this week, fingers crossed. The new US ambassador to China, David Perdue, has officially started his tenure in Beijing after meeting with China's president yesterday to present his credentials, a formal procedure where a new ambassador hands over certain documents to the head of state in their host country, who then officially acknowledges the ambassador as the legitimate representative of their country. Perdue also officially took over the Twitter account of the US ambassador in China from former ambassador Nicholas Burns. Now, I like to call him Little Nicky because he was extremely sensitive and hideously divisive. That's when I noticed I'm still blocked, despite a new ambassador from a new administration taking over. I guess they don't clear all the blocks from the last guy. So before we take a look into this new guy, let's rewind to find out why I was blocked by Little Nicky to begin with. Now, despite being a total China hawk and using his position to cause division and animosity, as opposed to building bridges and fostering understanding, Mr. Burns liked to have his cake and eat it too. He would say hideous things about China, like when he was interviewed by 60 Minutes in 2024 and said, "We don't want to live in a world where the Chinese are the dominant country." Or in 2023, when he shockingly said during a US Chamber of Commerce event that the United States is staying in this region, meaning Asia. We're the leader in this region. Wow. Now, it was actually me hitting him up about that last statement that finally pushed him over the edge and got me blocked. You see, despite telling the Chinese people that they need to shut up and accept US leadership in Asia, Mr. Burns liked to have his cake and eat it too. He absolutely loved enjoying the sweat and tears of China's hard work and development by frequently riding the country's high-speed rail network. In early 2023, he posted a picture of himself waiting for a train at Beijing's South Station among members of the public. I replied, "Remember how you said recently China has to accept that the US is the leader in this part of the world? Be interesting to see what the ordinary people waiting for their trains think of that." And that was it. Bam, blocked. In fact, even though he's wearing a mask, you can see this auntie giving him the side eye. Looks like she might be ready to give him a bit of a lesson. Back to today, as the new US ambassador takes over official duties in Beijing, I realize I'm still blocked. Oh well. Anyways, let's take a quick look at Ambassador Perdue and see if he'll be any better than the last guy. Well, I did some digging, you guys, and it seems fair to say that we shouldn't get our hopes up. Now, Mr. Perdue has lived in China before, heading multiple Fortune 500 companies that relied on Chinese manufacturing, interestingly. Remember that. Now, as recently as 2024, Perdue defended outsourcing manufacturing to places like China, calling it a standard part of American business. But that quickly changed when he saw a new career opportunity under President Donald Trump. And he quickly aligned with the new president's America First stance, accusing Beijing of waging a new war against the US and referring to China as an existential threat to American freedom and global democracy. How freaking boring. Funny, isn't it, you guys, how fast personal opinions can change for a fancy new gig as ambassador of China. Purdue has also pushed for greater US military presence in Asia, and he's even bought into fake conspiracy theories about China that have long been debunked, like this hilarious idea that China has an evil social credit system that spies on its citizens 24/7 and removes credit points for bad behavior. Check out this quote from just last year in the Washington Examiner, where he said, "The irony of ironies. The Bible I was given by the Senate when I was sworn in, you got it printed in China, a country where your social credit score would be destroyed if you owned it." LOL. Both of those anti-China conspiracy theories, the social credit score and the idea that religion is banned here, are debunked in my book, the Wumao Handbook 20 Anti-China Lies Debunked, which you can buy right now on Amazon. In fact, I'll give you guys a quick tidbit from my book that relates specifically to Ambassador Perdue's lie about being punished for owning a Bible in China. Now, on page 25, I wrote, "As early as 2012, China was one of the top printers of the Bible, with 100 million copies in print." Seriously, this new ambassador is not looking very good from the get-go. I would highly recommend you guys kill any high hopes you have that this guy might mend bridges and foster understanding between the world's two largest economies. And on that note, that will be it for today, you guys. But as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you surprised at all that the new US ambassador to China is a kooky conspiracy theorist? And why do you think it is that they keep sending these idiots to represent the US in such an important country? Do let me know down below, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help the channel. See you all next time. Bye-bye.